I was in high school. I graduated in 1978, so it was a different world. Things were quite a bit different. And the pressure wasn't nearly as much because a good example is when I was in high school, if you graduated with a 3.2 or better, you were assured acceptance into any state college.
Every year, more and more students are applying to colleges, raising questions like, how has the competition changed, and what will it take to get into college? Feeling a greater pressure to excel, students enroll in SAT preparation courses like ELITE and become involved in extracurriculars, volunteer work, and harder course loads in the hopes of raising their scores and catching the eyes of top universities.
With ELITE, we basically just cover the things that the SAT covers, like math or English. And, well, basically every week we memorize around 250 vocab words. And every Monday we would take a practice SAT and we would grade it and go over it on Wednesday and Friday.
The SAT, the other one, ACT, of course, I didn't even take the SAT when I was in high school. Didn't need to. You only had to take one or the other. People didn't prepare because it wasn't that, there wasn't as much pressure around it. So how well you did on the SAT or ACT really had to do with the courses you took and what kind of student you were. And then you just took the test. There was no prep really that I was aware of that people were doing in any great numbers.
I do think I'd take more APs because colleges can see them. There are some friends I have that took 8 APs this year, and I think that is a little ridiculous.
For the personal reasons are going to change from student to student, but certainly they're feeling the pressure of the increased competition for admittance into college at all levels. So no doubt that's the driving force for most people and their motivation for wanting to try to gain every edge and every angle they can because the competition is just really gets tougher every year. And I think students are acutely aware of that, as are parents.
I do work with volunteer groups and stuff, but I think half of why I do it is because I do want to volunteer and help others, but also the other half is, it's nice that colleges do get to see that I do volunteer work, and it might impress them or help me get in some way.
You know, you look at the data we have on AP pass rates, CST scores, all of that stuff, and it shows you the more we challenge more kids, the better they do. So that seems to be a constant, but we keep learning it over and over again and kind of act surprised, so it's interesting.
Grades and such and other extracurricular things are more competitive for sure, so there are a lot more just better candidates, I guess, for college, so it is more competitive.
But I think there's a lot of anxiety and uncertainty around that because the competition is tough. It's harder and harder to get in, and not only that, there's more and more questions about, okay, when you do finally get that degree, what's it going to do for you in the workplace? It's not like it perhaps once was, where a college degree was much more of an inroad into a profession, because more and more people have degrees.
I think there is a limit, but I don't really know where the line is, or if there even is a definitive line.
The name of the college isn't really the most significant or important thing to consider, because it might not be the right college for you. It might not be a college that has the program that's right for you, but it might have a very prestigious name. Well, in the long run, that's not going to serve you because you need to be doing what it is in your life that is fulfilling to you. And college should be a means to that end.
I do want to raise my SAT score because I think it might help in getting into a college, but there were no real peer or family pressures for me to take it. My family did suggest that I take it because it might help, but they didn't force it on me. So I guess the reason is more personal than anything else.